YouTube family, I had to get on and do this video for you guys because this week has been insane. Also last week and the previous week before that, but this week we haven't taken any loss in London or New York, and I'm going to show you guys how we were able to catch a banger trade yesterday in London, a banger trade in London today, a banger trade caught out by my partner Phil in New York, and also a banger trade that I just took right now, which I will break down later on in this video. So the whole point of this video is to show you guys what my full thought process is behind every single trade and how I execute on these trades. Okay, so you're literally going to see what I look for, being patient and just waiting for that confirmation for you to get into the trade, because at the end of the day, trading is all about probabilities, and you need to put yourself in position to have the best and the highest probability to win your trades. Okay, so as that is to say, let's get into the breakdown. But before we even get into that breakdown, I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. Thank you for everyone that has been rocking with me since day one. And man, if y'all are new to the channel, welcome, and hit that subscribe button, because I'm going to drop gems for you guys literally for free. You guys don't have to pay anything. It's literally no cost whatsoever. Okay, so again, I'm going to show you guys, before I even break down the trades, I always gotta show the proof that I'm calling out these trades, and we actually take these trades live as well. So whoever is in the community, they're on live with me during London. If you guys are not able to show up for the live, I still call out the signal so that you are able to still take it. So let's pull up the Discord. So this was yesterday. Okay, yesterday in London on the 26th, gold futures, this was what I sent out. Entry was right here. So this was our entry, and this was our TP. It hit TP1 and it hit TP2. Literally, this was yesterday. Today we took a gold trade on the 27th. Okay, sent this out. This is what I'm looking at. This was when we entered the trade for a range fake out. Okay, and 1-to-1 was hit instantly, and then 1-to-2. So this trade went for all the way down to this range. So it went for about a 1-to-5, but again, you're back inside the range, so you don't want to hold it for too long. But we did go for a 1-to-2 on this setup. Phil caught out a fire break and retest on oil today, and literally played out for a 1-to-2. Okay, so again, we really do this. If you guys want to be a part of a community that actually trade and actually teaches you guys, the link will be down below, and I promise you, whatever you pay a month for this community, you're going to get it right back, and the value that you get in this community is just insane for the cost of it. Okay, so again, if you guys want to join, the link will be down below. But also, this was a trade that literally, not only did I took this trade, but other members in my Discord saw the same setup as well. Okay, so this was when I entered this trade here, and this literally happened like 15-20 minutes ago. Okay, and then 1-to-2 was hit, and not only that, but a 1-to-3 was hit. I had 3 targets. Okay, and I'm going to break down why I had 3 targets on this trade, but for me, I only got out at a 1-to-2 because that was all I needed. But we will break down everything in this video. Okay, so let's get into the breakdown of each trade. Okay, so the first things first, let's break down Monday's trade. So Monday's trade, this is at 1, which we get on for pre-London. So we don't get on at London, we get on an hour before London opens. So when we got onto the charts, first thing I do is I start on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, I don't care about the daily, I don't care about the 4 hour, I don't care about the 5 minute. I just start at the 1 hour time frame, and I look for my levels. Okay, so I don't care about what's happening over here, I just care about what's happening right here. Okay, so first things first, I see that we have a resistance up here. Okay, and we also have a support sitting down here. So this is the range that we're sitting in on the 1 hour time frame. Now, once I figure out how the ranges are on the 1 hour time frame, I drop down to the 30 minute. So as you see in the 30 minute, you see how we have candles sitting above the zone, candles sitting below the zone. I always adjust it on the 30 minute time frame only. Okay, I don't care about the zones on the 15. I only adjust it on the 30 minutes. So I would move this zone up to here because it makes the most sense, it looks the most cleanest, and I'll move this one down here, which makes the most sense and looks the cleanest, right? So now what you can see is, if we break down to the downside and we close below here, we could potentially come down to here, okay, to fill in this wick, or come down to this level down here. Now we break to the upside, we could potentially be pushing up. Let me pull this out. We could potentially be pushing up, right? So we have two scenarios that can happen. So now once I figured that out, I'll go down to the 15-minute. You see how the 15-minute sitting out here like this? That's okay. We don't care about the 15-minute zones. We only want to focus on the 1 hour and the 30. So now we wait, okay? So as we wait here, this is a no trade range because anything can happen in this range. So you want confirmation that we either want to break to the upside or to the downside. So let's play this out. Okay, we have no confirmations yet. This one closed at this zone, okay? So we want to wait for a closure. Boom, that was a closure outside of the range, okay? Now that you see you have a closure on this setup, this was a momentum setup, okay? What that means is when you get that first closure outside and you know you have been consolidating for quite some time, okay? You want to pay attention to how it closes. So now that you have that closure, if you know that you've been consolidating, these moves are going to be massive because we have been sitting in this range for quite some time. So on the 15-minute, once you get that first closure on the 15-minute, there's two things you could wait for. You could wait for the next 15-minute candle. Since we are buying, you want to wait for the next 15-minute candle to form that bottom wick and then re-break these highs and then buys, right? Or you could get like a bearish candle and then another bullish candle to form, showing you that we want to hold it as support. Then you will take the next break. But on this specific setup, especially the time in London, these are when there's a lot of volume. So when we got that closure, we officially have a closure now. As soon as this next 15-minute came down and then re-broke the highs, so you see how it made that bottom wick and re-broke the highs? This was where our entry was at the break, okay? I don't put it on the wick because the wick, sometimes it could just go to that wick and then reverse. So you want a full break, which is going to be right above there. Our stops was right below this 15-minute candle that broke. So it would be somewhere there, okay? And you literally could see how that 1 to 2 was hit. If you had a 1 to 2 here, literally it was hit instantly, okay? Now, if you are not comfortable putting your stops below that 15-minute candle that broke, you could put it below here. Put it below the previous 15-minute candle. So even if you were to put it below that previous 15-minute candle, and let's say you go for your 1 to 2, okay? This is your 1 to 2 up here. You will still got your 1 to 2. Either way, it's whatever you're more comfortable with, because this 15-minute candle that closed outside literally is telling you that, hey, we officially want to leave this range. But you need confirmations, okay? You don't just take buys on this 15-minute candle just because it closed, because it could still be a fake out for you to come back into the range and come back down. So there's two kind of confirmations that you could look for: break and retest or momentum. As soon as you get that closure and you see that the next 15-minute candle don't have a top wick and comes on to create that bottom wick, you could start setting buy stops at the break up there, and then boom, you'll be in once it reflips to make the top wick as well as break the highs. So this trade only got a 1 to 2 on this trade, but if you had stops below here, I mean, your 1 to 2 was still up there, which this is a massive move. Even if you had it right below this 15 right there, this trade went for a 1 to 5. I don't know how far it went after. So it went for a 1 to 5, okay? But again, you're not always going to catch the biggest moves. So always go for a 1 to 2. So this was my 1 to 2 right here. And literally, boom. As soon as that happened, we're done with this trade. And you literally secured, this is about 26 ticks here, okay? So again, momentum setups work really well as long as you get your confirmations, which is if you're buying, you wait for that bottom wick to re-break the highs. If you're selling, you wait for that top wick to re-break the lows. Okay, so this was on Monday. Now let's go to Tuesday. Let me pull this up. Tuesday. Okay, gosh. Tuesday we took a range fake out, which is today. Okay. So let's get out of replay mode. Let's find this session. So we're sitting somewhere here. Yep, we're sitting right here. So on Tuesday, which is today, okay, this is what I saw on gold. So we didn't have any levels forming yet. So we do have, if you look at the 1 hour, you have a support sitting right here. Okay, now the resistance kind of tough because currently right here you don't have any resistance being formed. So we originally had it somewhere here, because as you can see, we rejected here, we bounced here as support, rejected here, and came down. So this was a level that we had at first on the gold. Okay, so now let's go to 30-minute. We could adjust it to here to make it look cleaner, and then gold, we had it somewhere up here. So this was the range that we had. Okay, so now let's go down to the 15-minute. So let's play this out. So we had this range here on the 15-minute now. So did you guys see how we were able to identify this level? You have, so if you are, let's replay this again. If you are in a situation where you can't find a resistance somewhere near your 1 hour candle, you want to look at previous levels. So of course we already know we have a support sitting down here, and then you could kind of see that we have some rejections here, because when we get a push up here, we get that push to the downside, and when we break above here, we get a push to the upside. We're below here, we get a push to the downside. So once you figure that out, you go to the 30-minute time frame, and you want to make it really clean. Okay, I like to adjust my zone to where the boxes are not inside the zone. So the 30-minute would be down there, and then this 30-minute would be somewhere up here. So now you have clean range. Okay, so now you could expect, if we break to the downside and we close below here, we could potentially come down here to fill this area in, or if we break to the upside, we could potentially come up here to take out some liquidity over here. So as we wait on the 15-minute time frame, this is very important. This is why you don't take buys as soon as you get a closure above here. Reason being is because yes, you have that closure, but any given point, the next candle can still break back into the range. Okay, so as we play this out, you didn't get the break of the highs over here, so this is back in the range, which we faked out buyers here. Now you don't get in for sells here either, just because now you need a confirmation that we do want to hold this level as resistance to then come back down. Okay, so as we play this out, still no buys. Now when I saw this candle, this 15-minute candle, okay, pay attention to this 15-minute candle. This 15-minute candle was once super bullish, breaking outside the range, and then we closed a really weak bearish doji. When you see this is showing you two things. Okay, buyers are exhausted, sellers literally took over this whole candle. Second thing is, you broke back inside the range, and you're also rejecting this range now. So this is a rejection candle at the range. So as soon as I saw this, I was like, okay, if we close back inside the range and we have a rejection here, I'm gonna expect the next 15-minute candle to create a top wick. As it creates that top wick and it breaks this low, I'll be getting in. Okay, so literally this candle created that top wick, which was right there. Sell stops was right below this previous bullish doji. Stops was right above this current 15-minute candle, and literally our 1 to 2 was hit instantly. This is a 1 to 2 right here. Now if you were to hold the trade for longer, you could have definitely caught at least a 1 to 5, I believe, or more. You could have went down, because we had liquidity sitting over here too. So if you wanted to, you could have really went for liquidity, which that would have been a 1 to 6. Okay, but again, I don't care about the 1 to 6. I don't care about the 1 to 5. A 1 to 2 is perfectly fine for me. Okay, so literally on this 15-minute candle, as soon as it created that top wick, we already have multiple confirmations. For one, we had a fake out, we had a closure back in, we had a fake out again, closure back in the range, very weak bullish doji. Next candle created that top wick, rebroke the lows, entry was right there. Our 1 to 2 was hit instantly in this 15-minute candle. Okay, even if this 15-minute candle would have gave you a 1 to 3. Okay, but never want to be too greedy. You take what the market gives you. Okay, so this is a range fake out, and again, we don't just take buy or sells. We need multiple confirmations to be able to enter these type of setups. Okay, so that was today in London session. Now I just took a fire trade on gold just now, so let me break this down. Okay, so before all of this happened, let's go down to let's see, this was somewhere here. Okay, so literally just now, gold has been consolidating all of New York. So usually when we get a closure outside, you will see a massive move. Okay, So again, we'll start on the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame, you see that you have resistance sitting up here. See, let me make this a little bit bigger. You have resistance sitting right here, and then you also got some support sitting down here. So now you see you have a 1 hour range. Now let's go down to the 30-minute. So you see how the 30-minute, you have candles sitting above like this. Adjust it, okay? Make it look clean so that you know that, hey, we do really close up here. We could get a push to the upside. So down here, this range looks super clean already. Up here, you just need to adjust it. So boom. Now, alerts were already set. We already knew that, okay, we've been consolidating. When the move happens, it's going to be very explosive, especially on gold. So either we close to the upside or we close to the downside. Either way, we still wait for our confirmation. So let's play this out. Boom. This candle, okay, this candle officially closed outside this range. Not only did this 15-minute candle close, but the 30-minute candle as well closed outside this range, which gives you double confirmation. So if you know, we failed to close above here multiple times here. We failed to close here. We rejected here. Rejected here. Failed to break back above and just fell. So as soon as I saw this, okay, when we got this closure, I'm expecting volume to push in. Now you also have liquidity sitting right here at this wick, okay, so you can expect price to come up there. But again, I just go from my 1 to 2. So as soon as this next 15-minute candle came down, create that bottom wick to re-break this 15-minute candle high that closed outside, that was where I had buy stops. As soon as I see that bottom wick form for buys, I'm gonna start setting buy stops. So buy stops was right there. Stops was below this 15-minute candle, okay, and then literally 1 to 2 was hit in a heartbeat. This is a 1 to 2 right here. This is 20 ticks, okay? So to understand this, you guys are on the 15-minute time frame, which is a lot more powerful, and the moves and the candles are going to move a lot heavier. So as soon as this candle came out to make a bottom wick, I was okay with this bottom wick just because we actually had a first closure, and then we also had to come up and grab liquidity. Unfortunately, I didn't hold all the way up to here because the time of the day, so I just literally got my 1 to 2 and I'm done. That was literally what this trade was. Super simple, super textbook, and it's all you just wait. You literally wait for your closure, and you have two type of setups you could take: a break and retest, or if this candle makes that bottom wick and re-break the highs, boom, start setting buy stops as soon as you see that bottom wick get formed, and you're good to go. So I don't know how far this trade went. So this trade literally went for a 1 to 3.2, which again, don't be greedy. Go for your 1 to 2, go for your 1 to 1s if you're comfortable with 1 to 1s. But the whole point of us trading these type of setups now is to catch more than a 1 to 1 and put ourselves in better position for that the next session. If we do lose, we are still up that 1%. Okay, so again, this was what I took just now, and it played out perfectly. You didn't sit in any drawdown. Well, on this candle you had a little bit of drawdown, but beside that, you're literally greens, all profits here. Okay, so again, I hope you guys learned something from this video. This week has been insane, and what has really helped me is staying disciplined, right? When you stay disciplined and you stay patient and you wait for your setups, the market's gonna always show its hand. It's only when you start trying to force it and you start trying to tell the market where it wants to go, that's when you start losing your setups. So literally wait for the market to show its hand, and then wait for your confirmations to take the trade. Okay, so again, you guys want to learn, you guys want to watch webinars, you guys want to have a one-on-one session, you guys want to be a part of the live session, which is going to really help you guys, the link is down below. Join if y'all want to join and trade live with me every London session except for Friday currently, then the link will be down below. Okay, but as that is to say, I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, peace.